Hi and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll show you how to set up a Google Ads campaign for photographers. So photography, it's a competitive business and it can be difficult to stand out and win clients, especially on Google organic search. So for example, what I've done here is I've VPN'd into Phoenix, Arizona, looking for wedding photographers Phoenix. And as you can see in the search results of page one, we have the ads up here. Then we have the map pack with the top local businesses. We have aggregator sites, we have FAQ, Instagram, Reddit, etc. So it can be tough to stand out as a business. However, if you do want to stand out and win clients, one way I recommend is with Google Ads. So going back up top, with Google Ads, you can jump right to the top of the search results. And then at the same time, it's not difficult to stand out versus the competition. So here are the top four ads here. So this one, Thumbtack, they're only talking about photographers in general. It's not as specific to wedding photographers. Then here, talking about elopement photographer, which isn't the same thing. And then here they mention wedding photos. However, then they could benefit with images, site links, more specific ad copy. And then this one does an okay job. They have the price here. They have wedding photography in the headline and description. They have image right here, and they have relevant site links. However, there isn't any mention of Phoenix or the local area. And in fact, this is an aggregator website also. So as you can see, standing out as a wedding photographer, it's tough, but Google Ads, it can give you an edge, but only if it's done right. If you'd rather have an expert set this up for you so you can focus on your clients, book a free discovery call with me. The link is in the description below. So now let's break down exactly how to set up your campaign to dominate your market. So you're going to want to sign into your Google Ads account, and then you can click the plus button, create campaign. For your objective, you can either choose leads or create a campaign without guidance. Either one works well here. So I'm going to select leads. All right. For conversion goals, you're going to want to set these up ahead of time using either Google Tag or Google Tag Manager. I prefer using Google Tag Manager myself. And then at a very high level, the two conversion goals that you want to focus on here, they're going to be phone calls and, if you have it, website form submissions. So click continue. Then for the campaign type, right, we're just going to focus on search. It's going to be give us the highest intent people on Google compared to, at least compared to Performance Max and Display or any of these other ones. Then we're not going to select any of these right here. If you want to, click continue, campaign name, photography, continue. For bidding, the option we're going to select for now, it's going to be clicks. So maximize clicks, and then going to set a maximum cost per click bid limit of, say, I did some research beforehand. We're going to put in $5. It's going to depend on the area and the campaign as well. I'll show you if you do want more control over your bidding. I'll show you how to set it to a different option after the campaign is created. We're not presented with that straight off the bat, right? Because Google, they want us to choose one of these automated strategies that best benefit Google, not necessarily the advertiser. Then for bid for new customers only, we're not going to select that. We're not going to discriminate against people who are on their second, third marriage, for example. Next. All right. Networks. I would just deselect both of these here. They're not going to convert as well compared to just Google search results itself. And then we're not creating a display campaign. Then for locations, all right. So I'll give you a couple ways to do this. We're going to focus, as in our example, on the Phoenix area. So you can type in Phoenix, Arizona. I'll just include this one, all right, and see this is the area covered. Alternatively, what you can do is that if you have a service area, you could do something like type in the radius and then Phoenix, and it'll show up like this. So let's just go with this for now. All right, and then location options. So for this one, you want to choose presence, people in or regularly in the 10 miles around Phoenix in this case. With presence or interest, your ads could be shown to theoretically anyone who has shown some interest as determined by Google in Phoenix. So, but at the same time, it could be living in a completely different location. So we want to just stick to the people who are actually in or regularly in this radius around Phoenix for the purpose of this example. Next, English. Just go with English for now. You'll want to set up a different campaign for if you want to have target Spanish customers, for example. Audience segments. We can select a few here. This isn't critical, especially if it doesn't apply to your particular industry or service. So browse. Here's a couple that I like. Event photographers. So event photographers and studios, people who are in the market are looking for those. Wedding planning, just a couple examples of those. But you can browse through and select some other ones that are potentially applicable to your services. And then we're going to leave this on observation. We don't want to select targeting because targeting will narrow the campaign to just these selected segments, and that's way too narrow a population to be targeting. Then click more settings. For ad rotation, I would just suggest if you're doing this yourself to just leave it on optimize and Google determine the best performing ads. At the same time, if you do want to do A/B testing, you could also select do not optimize and have the ads rotate indefinitely. But if you're just doing it yourself, I would just select optimize, then more settings. All right, so for the ad schedule right here, you want to align this with your hours of operation. Think about it. You don't necessarily want to be taking a call, for example, from someone who sees your ad at 3 o'clock in the morning. You want this to be aligned with when you're willing to, say, for example, pick up the phone. So do something like Monday through Friday, like 8 to 6. Then click next. All right, we're gonna skip the AI portion. Let me close this chat really quickly. For ad groups, at a very high level, for each ad group, you want to find keywords that follow a very singular individual theme, and then you want to create ads that are highly relevant to those keywords and what people are searching for, which leads to a highly relevant landing page. So for this particular ad group, as an example, I'm going to focus on wedding photography. If you're a photographer, you'd want to segment out the different ad groups according to your individual services. So as an example, you would want to create ad groups for wedding photography, event photography, newborn photography, elopement photography, etc. And you'd want each of these to be separate and targeting people specifically searching, for those services, and then lead them to a specific landing page talking about those services. So, so now we're going to select our keywords. To do this, go over to Tools, then Keyword Planner, then Discover New Keywords, switch location, and then let's type in some keywords to get a good idea of what people are looking for. Me, Phoenix wedding photography. Click Get Results. Click this off. All right. And then I'm going to open this up in a spreadsheet. So download keyword ideas, Google Sheets, download. Open sheet. I'm going to select and then create a filter for this data so I can easily sort by volume. Make this bigger so I can see all of the keywords. So I'm going to sort in descending order from average monthly searches. And then for keywords, you want to choose keywords that really are bottom of funnel and signal high intent for your services. I would initially suggest under 10 to start. However, intent, it's more important than volume. So let's go through and select a handful of keywords for our campaign. So let's do wedding photographers. Let me just highlight this. Wedding photographers, that's pretty much the same thing. Wedding photographers, Phoenix. Very good. Wedding photographer. Let's say wedding photographers near me. Then let's do Phoenix wedding photography. All right. So this column gives you the volume, the average approximated volume. And then these two columns give you the top of page bid for the low end and the high end. Initially, you'd want to come somewhere in between. So now that we have our 4 keywords, I'm just going to filter them by color here. And then I'm going to go back here and then you paste here. But before I do that, I do want to mention the Google keyword match types. So as you can see here, match types, they help control which searches can trigger ads. There's three different types. There's broad match, phrase match, and exact match. And here's the syntax here. This. All right, so they control when your ads appear in searches. I'll go over to the official definitions here, which show an example. All right, so broad match, it shows your ad for the widest range of searches. I wouldn't recommend doing that or using that initially at least. Then use phrase match for more relevant searches, and you'd want to use exact match for the most specific searches that match your keyword. So for this example, I'm going to choose both phrase match and exact match. So what I will do is I will copy these four that we selected. You can go to Keyword Wrap, or there's a number of other sites that do the same thing, and I'm going to apply the appropriate phrase match and exact match syntax. So click Wrap Keywords. Here's phrase match and exact match. Select a copy. Go back here, and then paste them. Great. And so for this also, you're going to want to add some negative keywords. So you don't want to show up necessarily for when people are searching for your competitors, when people are looking for cheap or free wedding photography. If you're going to do like cheap or affordable wedding photography, you probably want to make it its own separate ad group. You don't want to show up for things like people who are looking for do-it-yourself or you're looking for jobs as photographers or even other types of photography if you're going to create separate ad groups for each specific service. And I'll show you how to do that afterwards. You can't do it right away. So go back after we've created the campaign, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so for the final URL, you want to send people to a specific landing page for the service, and it needs to be designed to convert visitors to leads. One thing I've noticed is that many wedding photography sites, they're designed to look good, they're designed for aesthetics, but they're not designed for conversions. So I'll give you a couple examples here. Here's what I'd say is a bad example. And again, no offense or hate to any of these people. So here, this is, I clicked on an ad and it led to, this is a homepage. There's a lot going on here. It's kind of confusing, especially with this image in the middle. And again, it looks good, like these photos look good, but at the same time, there isn't really like that much information about the services, at least directly on the landing page. As you scroll down, there's just like an infinite wall of photographs. I don't think there's any text. Let's go to the bottom. There's just a ton of white space at the bottom. There's no call to action. So there's nothing like booking or book now or contact us today, etc. And then again, it's very busy and crowded. And no real information about the wedding photography services on the landing page. You have to click through the different pages to get there. And in many cases, just because photography is competitive, people will likely bounce from the page and just go to someone else's page where it is easier to find this information. Then here's an example of a better one that I liked. So this one right away, it looks pretty simple, right? But right away we have a form right here. When you click on the ad, you're immediately presented with a form to fill out to get in contact with this particular company. Then they have a video. I'm pretty sure this is a video of weddings that they've shot. Then you have the prices right here, boom, as well as an outline of what packages comprise of. And then there's some information. And then there's social proof right here. And then you have customer testimonials via the Wedding Wire module. I think one thing that I would suggest would be to maybe add a little bit about the company and then also add some more wedding photos of weddings that they've shot. But overall, I think that this one's not bad. It doesn't look as aesthetic, but I'm pretty sure it would convert a lot better than this one, for example. All right, so hopping back to our campaign. For now, though, since I need to fill in something, I'm just going to put in my own website. Let's see, Phoenix Photography. And then for the display path, it's not going to be an actual URL. It's just going to be what shows up here. So Phoenix wedding photos, something like that. For headlines, I'll give you a few themes to work with. One, you want to do keyword-based headlines. Two, call to action headlines. Three, emotional appeal headlines. And then also for prices or price headlines can work well too. So you can fill in something like Phoenix wedding photography. I'm just giving an example of each of these. Call us today. Capture your love forever. Packages from 4.99. And then you can fill out all, I think I would suggest filling out all 15 of these headlines. Then we're going to create some ad descriptions. Again, follow the same themes here. So you can do something like capture your big day with big day with award-winning Phoenix wedding photography. Book today. Let's see, Phoenix's top wedding photographer. Limited 2025 availability. Lock in your date now. Do something like that. And again, you want to create 4 different descriptions. Images can work well for this type of campaign. You're going to want to add some photos of weddings that you shot before and fill out your business name and business logo, get verified. Then site links can also help with visibility and click through. For site links, I'll give you some examples. The site links, they're the links that show up at the bottom of the ad. And so you want to make these very relevant for the searcher. So in this particular example, we could create like wedding portfolio, Phoenix wedding portfolio, and then you can add a description, and then you could input a URL for this specific page on your website if you have it. You can do a number of other ones like pricing, and then link to a pricing website, and then availability. You can link to your availability on your site, and then you can do contact us, etc. Again, you want to make these very relevant for whoever is searching for those keywords. Then for more asset types, if you have a promotion, you can add that. That's great. You definitely want to add your phone number to the ad to make it super easy for people to get in contact with you. Then callouts, quickly go over callouts. You can add callouts as well. These are little pieces of text that appears at the bottom or the end of your ad description here. And it really helps to highlight the key features and benefits of your product or services. So new call out, you can do something like custom wedding packages, award winning photos, limited 2025 dates. These can really help with ad visibility and click through. Then you click save. I'm not going to do that for right now. And then you can select done, scroll back up to the top of the page, then click next. As for the budget, one thing to keep in mind is to not strictly follow the Google recommended budget. Again, Google, they want you to spend more money on their platform because it benefits them, right? But I urge you to do your own research and think about how much money that you want to allocate towards advertising on Google Ads. For this one, as a starting point, it's going to vary based on the market as well as the campaign, but we're going to do something like $30. That can work well. All right, click next. All right, campaign's almost up and running. And what we can also do is verify all this information is correct and then click publish campaign. Now our campaign is live and I will show you how to switch your bidding strategy and how to set up the negative keywords. So let's go to campaigns, click campaigns again. Go to the gear icon for settings, go down to bidding, right? Remember, we set the maximize clicks as well as the $5 bid limit. That go here. Oh, not recommended. Then go down to manual CPC. Again, it will give you more control over your bidding. So see, save. All right, so then I'll show you. Let me refresh the page. All right, so now it'll come up with a column for default max CPC, and you can do something like bidding. You can set a specific max cost per click at the ad group level, or what you can do is you can go to search keywords, right? And then you can also set a max CPC at the individual keyword level if you want increased granularity, increased control over your budget and how much you're going to be spending on these different keywords. Now I'll show you how to set up negative keywords. So you can stay on the same page. You can go search keywords, and then you'll see negative search keywords. Click the plus button, add negative keywords or create new list. And here you can apply it at the campaign or the ad group level. So in this particular example, you can have the negative keywords apply to everything in the photography campaign, all ad groups, or you can set a specific ad group, like wedding photography. I'm just going to keep it on campaign for right now, just to show a simple example. And here, what you can do, again, for a simple example, I'm just going to show you how to create negative keywords for specific phrases that people are looking for. So you just type in your competitor name, is it competitors? You can type in for cheap or free wedding photography. So let's do free wedding photos. Don't want people looking for that. Let's see our ads. Get DIY wedding photography. Don't want people searching for that right there. They just want to do it themselves. Wedding photography jobs, and then you can do something like if you can newborn photography, etc. And so as you can see, the syntax here, these brackets, it's the same as for like the exact match keywords. And so what we're doing here is we're effectively blocking our ads from showing on any searches for this specific phrase. So anyone searching for newborn photography, they will not see our campaign's ads. And then you click save. All right. And so that's pretty much it. So if you'd like me to set up and manage your ads, you can schedule a discovery call using the link below. And then if you liked this video and you found it helpful, be sure to like and subscribe it for more Google Ads tutorials and tips. Thank you.